Hi guys, it's Sheena from Teton Raptor Center and I'm here to give you all this week's patient update, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to kick things off by highlighting two of our recent releases. Here we have Red-tailed Hawk 831 going back out into the wild in Gillette, Wyoming after suffering from a broken wing. And then here we have Swainson's Hawk 97 going back out into Idaho Falls. This bird came in with a fractured keel and now it's flying beautifully. So we're excited to see these two up and off on their way. First up this week is Northern Sawet Owl 1017. This bird came from a banding station and was unfortunately tangled up in a mist net and might have just tweaked one of his wings. Fortunately, he was retrieved out of the mist net very quickly by expert banders, and they brought the bird over to us and we were able to confirm that there are no fractures. So we have this bird on some anti-inflammatory medications and hopefully we can get it back out to the wild and released out in Bondurant. Next up this week is another Sawet. This is Northern Sawet Owl 1014, and this bird came from Jackson, Wyoming after it flew into a window. It's still dealing with some head trauma and is on supplemental oxygen in our ICU, but we are going to be taking him off of that and moving him into a different enclosure very soon as he is progressing. Next up is Great Horned Owl 911, and this bird came in from Firth, Idaho with a fractured clavicle. It's actually fully healed, and right now he is in line for the flight barn. We just have to prioritize our migratory birds first, since those birds need to leave and migrate south for the winter. So we have some hawks in the flight barn as well as a long-eared owl. So he's going to wait a little bit longer, but he's doing just fine. Believe it or not, we have a third Northern Sawet Owl. This is Sawet 95, and this bird came in from Jackson as well after a window strike and fractured his left coracoid. Things are healing up really nicely. As you can see, this bird is able to now get up to some of the higher perches in its enclosure, so we're really glad to see that. Here we have Ferruginous Hawk 82. This is the bird that came in from Rexburg, Idaho with right eye trauma. It is fully sighted out of that left eye. However, we actually did an eye evisceration and completely removed the right eye. Things have healed perfectly, and this bird is going to be transferred to another facility to serve as an avian ambassador. Not only is his temperament really great, but he's learning to work with humans in training sessions on and off the glove and is doing really well. Last but not least, for the birds we're covering in this week's update is Golden Eagle 39, and this bird is right now consistently growing in new flight feathers. Once those flight feathers grow in, we're going to flight condition this bird. The reason that it's taking so long is because she did have a severe injury to her wing after what we believe was a car strike. So there is a lot of trauma to that area, and that's why it is taking so long for these feathers to grow in. There is a certain number of allotted days that you're allowed to keep a wild bird for rehabilitation, and if you feel like that bird needs to stay a little bit longer for any reason, you can apply through the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service for an extension. And we did get an extension granted for her, given that she's healthy and a strong bird, but just needs to continue to grow more feathers. All right, that's all we've got for this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed learning more about our birds. Remember that if you want to do your part to help keep wild birds wild, you can check out our website at tetonraptorcenter.org and make a donation. You can also click the description. There's a link below down there, and that will help you get to the donate page. Bye!